Hello, welcome back to Running Escapades Season 2, Episode 40, Part 2. The web series in which you play Dungeons & Dragons and put it online for your entertainment. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and you'll come away feeling extremely entertained. In Part 1, the party slept. And Erebus had a vision, answered some questions, some things happened. And then you spoke to Fira and you were shown the paths that lead you up towards the tower and towards the rift. And we ended at that point in time. Excuse me, you are looking up towards the pass. It is not very wide. You have to walk single file as you make your way up. Is there a particular marching order that you wish to go up in?
Somewhere in the middle of the party.
I'll go at the front.
Okay, so we're putting Parr at the front. Erebus is going somewhere in the middle. We'll put Aegis and Shamshir at the back.
I'll go wherever, I don't care.
Icarus, you'll go after Erebus.
Yeah, middle party. Woo.
I'll go behind the front two.
Cool. Eldran, Darren, Erebus, Icarus, Aegis, Shamshir. Wonderful. So you begin making your climbing your way up. It's not a climb that requires checks or anything. It is still a mountain path that you can follow. You will tell as you walk through it, parts of it have definitely been carved from magic to create a route that wouldn't normally have been there. That would make sense because this path leads to the wizard's tower, and if he went and built his tower there, he obviously created the path that let him get there. As you climb, you make your way past all the rocks. You are able to feel You could always sort of feel the presence of the rift, even when you are underground. But as you're climbing towards it, there's this sort of the hairs in the back arms and whatnot start to stand on end. The air feels charged and staticky, and there is just something as you're heading towards it. Something about it makes most of you feel uncomfortable or slightly ill. I believe, Parr, you're the only one who isn't made to feel ill, though you do feel on edge.
Okay then.
As you carry on, you pass a point where there's a sudden movement to the air, as if something triggered or activated, some sort of old magic went off, and you hear a voice. A slightly familiar voice. You heard it the day before after you removed an item from a body, and it says, "Travellers, wanderers, beings from far places, you are heading towards what was once my place of abode. Although it has long since been, I have still ensured that what I own is well protected. I wish you well, and should you survive, mayhaps we shall meet."
Sorry guys, that's on me. I wasn't checking for traps. Sorry. It's my bad.
It happens. It sounds like we shouldn't approach the tower, like Thea said.
I mean, we're not here to take anything, though.
Exactly.
If,
then we
if,
should
if,
be
the,
left
if the
alone.
tower's in the rift, I have no intention at this time of going into the rift. I just want to see what we can see.
Can we see it from here?
You can't see the tower. You can see the rift.
How close do you need to be, Derek?
Oh, I'd like to get quite close to the event horizon.
I mean, what? Do you want to touch it?
No, just get close to the event horizon.
Well then, onwards we travel.
For now, at least.
I'd quite like to shoot a crossbow bolt into it just to see what happens. But
That might trigger off the hordes of undead.
Oh, I thought you said we have to go through the undead to. Never mind. Anyway, we'll see what we get. What happens when we get there?
Yeah, she also said they weren't openly hostile. You know, we have to fuck it up, basically, for them to come at us.
That's
Well,
assuming
I'm sure.
we tried to enter the tower, wasn't it?
If they do attack us, I'm sure Shade is looking forward to testing out his new weapons.
Well,
Fighting
let's
undead.
just give
There's
them,
better places and odds.
well, let's give them a wide berth, and should it come to it, let's make a speediest retreat.
I check for traps as we keep going.
You've muted yourself.
You're muted.
I'm muted because a train was going past. Make your choice of perception or investigation check. And I assume that also means you are now taking point.
Sure. That is a 23 investigation.
23 investigation. Wonderful.
Practice makes nearly perfect. Apart from secret doors, I haven't got the hang of them yet, but everything else.
Just need to poke more statues.
Clearly.
Yeah, no one knows about that.
Yep. That's fine. So, as you take point, Derek, and start looking out for the signs of traps, mechanical or magical, you do spot various things like glyphs or symbols, things like that have been placed on the ground. But as you sort of get close to investigate them further, you notice that actually they're very, very faded. And
they've already fired.
Yeah, the effect doesn't seem to be in place. They haven't fired, because as you go through, you will notice things like one of them briefly. You all hear a very muted ringing sound. You can just about make out, but it lasts for a few seconds. One of them, as it the magic goes off, you all for a few moments feel slightly lighter. You feel as if you are weighing less. One of them causes static energy to erupt in a line, but having no actual impact on you. It's just faded in power. And another one causes for a brief moment, a barrier of blades to appear before you, as they start spinning and slashing around. But again, it is there briefly. Whatever magics there were defending this pass, they have long since faded in effectiveness. Interesting thing you do note, though, is that the symbol that marks the magic does not fade. It remains there but it is definitely not nowhere near the potency it should be.
Can I see if this is purely down to age or if there's any other factor involved?
Sure, make an Arcana check.
16 plus 6, so 22.
22. There's an element of it is most of it is just down to age. It is an old spell. It has existed here for a long time. You also, it's hard to tell fully because you're not well versed in Shadowfell lore, but you have seen that does cause things to age. So there might be an element of the symbols being aged faster than they should be because of their presence to the rift and the negative energy flooding out.
Okay. I wonder if the towers, protective magics, is also suffered in the same way. There's every chance that we could actually enter without any trouble at all.
The horde of zombies might say something about that.
The fact that the tower's in the rift might also be a small problem.
Yes.
See when we get there.
Yeah, that's why I want to go and have a look.
Cool. So you continue climbing. And you go for about an hour, and you around the corner and find yourself looking up. You are quite close to the peaks of these mountains. At this point, you have climbed up quite far. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you much of a view because of the lighting of the area, but you are at the peaks. You have found yourself at a plateau, and there you can see a tall black tower, and above it and enveloping the top section of the tower, you can see this rift. You can see the dark purple lightning that is sort of just zapping out and striking at the barriers. What you couldn't see before, but you can see here is this almost constant stream of purple particles that are just sort of like dust motes that are just sort of floating out and then disappearing off. After they pass a certain distance, they seem to disappear. You're not sure if it's because they faded or because some sort of aspect of them causes them to be absorbed into the area in which they appear.
They're coming out of the rift.
Additionally, around the tower, you see a literal horde of undead. They're looking at it. Either Fira and her men cannot count accurately, or the number has increased. Because you are looking at a sort of maybe 50 to 60 of them. And the thing that makes it very, very off-putting is, all of them have turned and are looking at you. They're all just standing there staring at you.
Cool.
Additionally, they seem to be standing in groups. There are essentially they are a horde, but there seems to be some sort of semblance of organisation amongst them. Most of them are zombies, but amongst the zombies you can see things like wights and other such things, and they seem to have been formed up in sort of groups of 10, almost like captains and their units. Additionally, as you guys get here, I need everyone except for Parr to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So when you say groups, is it like a loose grouping, or are they in like strict rank and file formation?
Rank and file.
And is there 1 white per 10 zombies? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Cool. I just wave at them.
Cool.
Are we getting Elrond's aura?
If you're
Sorry, what
close enough.
kind of roll was it again?
Constitution save. Yeah, I think you could for where you are, you could all get hold of Elrond's aura.
Okay.
Okay. Aegis and Shamshir will pass. Eldoran.
21.
Cool. Derek.
26.
26. Erebus.
10.
10. Cool. And Icarus.
I'm 18. I'm not sure if I want to bump that up anymore.
I'll wait and see what happens to Shade.
Yeah.
Because he's definitely failed.
Oh yeah.
Do Shade's a fake person, then I decide.
So, what happens as all of you except for Parr step forward? You all intrinsically feel that there is something wrong with this area of the plane.
No shit.
Well,
We can
yeah,
see
yeah.
it's right there.
Your magic, the connection you have to the weave, is pushing back against you, and for a moment, you all feel violently ill.
Oh, magic sickness.
Yeah.
One sec. Does his head pop?
Erebus,
You're right.
fortunately, you don't have much magic, so it wasn't as effective against you.
Yeah.
So
Lucky
you
we
are.
didn't lose him.
I'm like, yeah. Any magic really that I've used pass without trace at the moment, but yeah.
Well, yeah, you only have access to like 4 spells, so.
Yeah, basically.
He just makes that cat hairball noise.
Yeah. you all feel sick and dizzy and just disconnected as the tear in the weave assaults you, basically.
Derek pulls out his notebook and starts making notes about that effect.
That is grim.
Are you alright, Derek? Did you like drink some bad tea or something? What was that?
Did you not feel anything there, Parr?
No.
Something's not right.
What just
This
happened?
place is offensive. Ooh. I drink some.
What's that?
Oh, not affected.
Whatever it was,
Are you immune to, like, zombie presence?
this has nothing to do with zombies.
Well, there's a bunch of them.
No number of zombies would cause that effect. That is something far greater than the power of zombies.
This is an
It's
effect
almost-
of the rift.
Without
What
a doubt.
was?
Well,
The
we
thing
all
that you
feel
didn't
like
feel.
unwell.
Oh, all of you feel
Discombobulated.
unwell.
Well, everyone has gone slightly greener than normal, yes.
So you have. Oh, okay.
Well, you are the only dwarf.
I am the only dwarf.
He's also the only non-magic user.
He's only a person who's been present at a rift as something like this before.
That is true.
Yeah, fortunately this one isn't pink, and those zombies aren't growing weird tentacles.
No,
Yep.
this one is purple.
How much did you actually tell us about that again?
Not much, if I recall correctly, because I was just
yeah.
like, no.
Right? What?
Oh, you saw the thing, didn't you?
I saw the thing. It was unpleasant, and I wouldn't really want to see it again. Not too soon, anyway.
Yeah, well, imagine seeing... It doesn't pick up books, damn it.
I wonder what's on that page, by the way.
Liam, go and get a Chaos Spawn model quickly.
We've seen it
The
before.
monsters.
Yeah. Yes, well, Eldoran, imagine seeing people, comrades, friends, turn into that before your very eyes. You see the flesh rip and move and grow and tear and do all kinds of stuff it's not supposed to do.
I certainly wouldn't want to.
No. I wouldn't want anyone to see that. Oh. Did the zombies respond to my wave?
No, they're all just staring at you.
Good. I take one very obvious step forwards.
Okay. As you
One step
take
back, one step left, one jump right.
as you take a step forward, in unison, all of the whites draw their blade.
Yep. Okay. Nope. I take a step back. I think this is as far as we're getting. Sorry, Derek.
Just like, here's the line. Make that mark.
Take as long as you need. Draw a really good picture of it.
And in the ideals of not seeing anyone turn into a purple-skinned, multi-limbed monstrosity, let's get this over and done with as quick as possible, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. Shade, take a step forward.
I don't think it's something to do with me here.
I know. I'm testing.
Science.
If you're testing,
forwards for
then
science.
why don't you test it yourself?
Science.
Because I'm not chosen of the Raven Queen,
Yeah.
whose domain is coming through the rift. Shade.
This was created by someone, not her, basically, by a crazy madman.
Since
yeah,
she
a
allowed
lot of
this to
power.
happen because it was fated.
Yeah, let's not start with the theological discussions right now. We're trying to get this over quickly.
We'll leave the philosophy for
That's
later.
a conversation for when we're walking back down the mountain. I mean, I'm not saying don't have the thoughts. They're good thoughts, Icarus. Just maybe later.
But if you insist...
Shade, can you just make the same step that Parr did?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So when Parr stepped back, the whites sheathed their blades. When Erebus steps forward, they all pull their blades out in unison again.
Ah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
know.
step back. Okay, now I'm going to try something. I cast a spell.
Okay, cast a spell.
I'm invisible.
Knew it.
You're cool.
Okay.
You're invisible.
I make the same step that Parr did.
As you do so, all the whites draw their blades.
I step back and go visible.
None of
Well, that didn't work.
Oh.
Okay.
You,
They put
that's
their blades
you, right, okay. I don't think we're getting any closer. Is there not some spell that can, capture an image of what you see before you?
Could make some sort of illusion, but I don't think any of us are capable of that.
I've got a notebook here. I'm just drawing it down and writing everything down. It's fine.
So, wait,
Spell
so
of instant
what was
painting.
that, Icarus? About making an illusion?
I might have
In my hand, I use my magic, because I have it, minor illusion, which is cantrip, to make a tiger in my hand. You mean this?
Pet the kitty.
rudimentary, but yes.
Are you just stroking Shade?
I was choking the illusion.
Anyway, I've got to get that use of that
Your
spell in here
hand
somewhere.
goes through it.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, as soon as you touch it, you disbelieve it, so you can't see it anymore. It's a bit of a catch-22. You can't get the illusion.
Do you know
Yes.
about confronting an army in order to engage negotiations?
Step
Speak
one,
to your
bringing your
manager.
own army.
Yeah, like having a good sort of 100 of us would be nice.
Yes, you usually
Maybe some
start with a
important
force
people on
that they
horses.
may be
Do we have a-
intimidated by.
Does anyone know a Karen?
I don't get it. Sorry.
Sorry,
Is
Rob.
this a young people thing?
And a massive
Evidently.
meme.
Yeah.
You
I don't think there's any negotiations
youths.
to be had with the undead.
Right. Do we have some sort of white material we can wrap around a stick?
I have
don't
my old
think it will
wraps,
help.
but they're a bit.
I don't
Bloody-
know if
don't surrender to undead.
No, this is the idea of a truce.
I think we currently have one.
You want
We
to
stay
parlay
here,
with
they
them.
stay there.
Wait, that's what you're suggesting.
No. No, I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm suggesting we've done all that we can do, unless Shade wants to give his new fists a run out. Then I suggest we go home.
Yeah, no, I mean, who the fuck just suggested negotiations then? This is genuine goldfish moment from me.
That was Icarus, I believe.
Right. Okay.
That would be me.
Yes, I have no interest in talking to undead or trying to talk or seeing if they talk.
Yes, and again, if you remember, says Derek, because he's read the book, this is why we decided that I was going to be in charge and make all the tactical decisions, because when other people make tactical decisions, like negotiate with a horde of undead, people die, like Shade.
Posing possibilities, and
hey.
he hasn't died yet.
Icarus can because he's too fun to die.
Well, he can make the decisions that affect him alone.
Derek, get on and draw that thing, please.
Okay, yeah, no, I've drawn it.
So
Has
Has
anyone got
is
detect magic?
That's
I cast a spell.
yeah, you can cast a spell. So the rift is well outside of 30 feet.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
don't worry about
yeah,
that.
I won't bother
no.
then.
Before you cast it, yeah, the rift is not within 30 feet. What you are from the base of the tower, you are about sort of 100 or so feet away. And the tower itself, what you can see of it, is a further sort of 100 feet tall.
It's all there.
Okay, so I'm in range. Okay, then what I will do is I'll load a crossbow bolt.
Oh no. Get
and
ready
I'm
to
gonna-
run, everyone.
I'm going to stand clear of the party,
Yep.
and I'm going to
Stack
shoot.
the
I'm going
back
to shoot the
up. Back
rift.
fuck up.
Cool. Make an attack roll.
Oh my god.
So it's
Definitely
with
back
disadvantage because it's long range, right?
the leader who says.
Yes, yes, it is, yeah.
Somehow that's cocked in my dice tray. Oh, that's really
Okay.
good. Unfortunately, the other one is not. 13.
That's fine. It's not got a high AC. It's not
Huge.
difficult. It's not difficult to. It's harder to
I'm,
miss.
I'm shooting a patch of sky. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully it doesn't bounce off its armor.
Well, there's also sort of as you're close, you can get a better sense of how big this thing is because you've never really, but it's this sort of hole in reality is. It's not quite spherical in nature, but you're talking like 40 to 50 feet across. Sort of thing. It is massive. So yes, your bolt fires into it, and you watch as your bolt just, as it comes close, one of those the purple arcs that had been striking the dome top reaches out and just sort of strikes the bolt. Doesn't change its direction, doesn't seem to have any impact on it, but it does come out and strike the bolt, which flies through and disappears into the rift.
You want to retrieve that?
No.
What does the army do in front of us?
Doesn't react.
Oh, thank Christ.
Considering where I just sent that bolt, if it is fated, she'll give it back to you.
Hey, it's not my bolt.
You'll find it on a pillow when you wake up.
Right. Have we achieved our goal? Can we leave this?
Well, no, but also we've done
Yes.
all we can
Yes.
Yeah.
without fighting an undead army. Just one more question. The undead army, they're zombies, so we can see kind of what they were.
Yes. Yeah.
So is it mostly elves? Is there some Aasimar?
And the odd dwarf,
there-
maybe.
There is some Aasimar. Well, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I'm not sure I
is-
was grammatically correct on that one. Sorry.
Yeah.
There is some Aasimar.
Yeah, no, there are Aasimar. I'm not actually sure how easy it would be to tell. No, some of the corpses.
I'm just looking at the ears.
Yeah. Well, those that have ears.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, no. So some of them would be Aasimar, which are the freshest corpses. But outside of those, you can't actually tell. There isn't like the flesh has rotted a lot, and there is no color scale.
Shades of grey.
Yeah, shades of grey. There would be a couple that have got maybe like one pointed ear left, so you can definitely say, oh, there was an elf. But like,
I mean,
yeah.
It's elves and humans who live here, really, isn't it? Okay, cool. Yep. Thank you.
Whilst we're on this island, is Sam technically shades of grey? Like, is that his name whilst we're here?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
No, he's Shades of Fist. That's like the next sequel.
Hey, man, I just need some whips and chains, and I'm all good.
50 Shades on.
What
Christian Fist.
That's Erebus After Dark.
Wow,
Got a new name.
That's a spin-off series.
Errant Guard, the porn version.
Must adhere to Rule 34.
What you do notice as you look through the rift, you can see sort of the sky on the other side, and it looks similar to what's on this side. It just doesn't have that dome of protection that keeps appearing on your side.
What?
So above you in the sky, you can see storm clouds and things like that. On the other side of this rift, looking through it, we can still see the storm clouds as appropriate to the sky, or we can see the Shadowfell sky. You can see through into the Shadowfell, but the sky is the same.
Well, because that's the whole point. It's bleeding out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We can do weather reports for the Shadowfell. It's still sunny.
Always sunny in the Shadowfell.
I'd watch that show.
Hey, elf.
Danny DeVito.
And there would always be like this one guy, be like, "What do you mean? No, it's not sunny. It's always dark. I don't get it."
Yeah, let's go back down the mountain.
Yep.
Okay.
Hi ho, hi ho.
If I might make a suggestion, Parr and Eldaran at the back.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just in case.
Just in case.
It means Derek can run away faster.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm on to you.
Classic Derek.
So you step down, back down the pass, and carry on down to the bottom. When you pass the point where you heard the voice, all the other effects as you pass don't trigger again. They seem to only have affected people on the way up. But this one, you hear a voice. You hear the voice again. And it says, "I hope you enjoyed your visit."
Yes, it was wonderful. Is there a gift shop?
There is not a gift shop.
Holy fuck.
You have
Oh, I thought this was recording. Uh-oh.
You have certainly been investigating my affairs. I think it's a fair trade that I do some of my own. I look forward to seeing you all in person.
I look forward to that time as well. Just before you go, I do have a question.
What's your name? Where are you? What's your address?
Your phone number.
The paladin would like to know your location.
I doubt
Please
he's
send
going
me
to
your
answer that, Eldoran.
coordinates. And which plane of existence are you on?
You've misplaced your phylactery. Can you just bring it down to us and we'll check it over?
No, but speak. What's his name? Breeden?
Braden.
Not
Braden.
Croydon.
Yeah. Do you know Braden the Bald?
I do not know anyone by that name. They sound weak.
Can we get that in writing?
Holy shit.
Well, when you meet him, I suggest you tell him what you think of him. I look forward to seeing you. Hope you're having fun. Bye bye.
Should
Wait,
we
to
ask him
make
for
a
his sending
friend.
stone number?
Can we reach you on this number again?
No, he only does message.
There's no further response from the voice.
Hmm.
Down the mountain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's get back.
Well done, Parr. I thought it was just an automated voice.
I
didn't
thought
realise
it
he
was too.
talking
I was
to us.
just ready to interrupt the next part of whatever the hell he was going to say.
He got all of us.
No, but your joke agitated him into making a mistake and giving himself away. That was what we needed. Okay.
I've never been so accidentally clever in my life before.
Well,
Keep
long
up
may
the
it
good work.
continue. Yes.
So you carry on down the mountainside, and you make it back onto the ledge where the fortress is. And you make your way back towards the gatehouse. As you do so, you do get acknowledged by Fira, who then sends Ulva inside to collect all the men, and she comes down and stands with you outside the gatehouse. I hope that journey was as fruitful as your last.
Yeah. A bit of a mixed bag, unfortunately.
Informative, but yes.
Information was acquired, but just not the information they were after.
What do you...
So, in terms of getting you back to the boat, I think the best thing we're going to do is, I'd like Eldran Parr. I'd like to bring you in on this. I'm not sure whether the best thing is if we, as a group, spread ourselves around the Aasimar, or if we stay as a group and just move to wherever the threats come from.
How many are you again? I've forgotten.
20 something. Hang on, I've also
20 odd?
forgotten.
Okay, that's not that big of a group. We could.
think.
I think we should be fluid in where we need to be when we need to be there, but we can spread ourselves around within that group to make sure we've got all areas covered.
Yes. Yes, I think if we were to pair ourselves out to cover a side each and then react to the situation with the appropriate level of force.
I'm not sure how effective that's going to be in practice, but yes, we shall try that for now.
I would rather rely on our own eyes than theirs. No offense.
No, if I'm on the outside of the group and I am on my own holding station and I am attacked, I am going to retreat back through the Aasimar, firing as I do so. I'm not going to hold my ground, and
If
so
you would be on your own, you would be
my
okay.
efficacy is okay. Well, yes.
Well, this is why we need to be spread out, but not too spread out. I'm quite happy it's a smaller group, because as you make enough noise, you notify the group that you're being attacked. You can run through, say, me and Eldoran. Me and Eldoran can then hold the line, and you can get
I
through
don't
the Aasimar.
tend to make too much noise.
We're on this lonely path. We know if one of us was under attack.
Well, I plan to have my head on a swivel. So
Yeah, same.
I would hope we would notice. And I'm sure the Aasimar would lend what hand they can.
I mean, in reality, there's no nice way of doing this. It's not going to be easy.
Also, that one which appeared to turn as we went past one of the guard houses. I expect that to appear. And if it does, I actually rather.
I think we need to take a
get
different
rid of
route.
it.
I think we need to take a bit different route out of here and avoid that elf village as
I think
hard as we can.
Yes.
Unfortunately, this is a request of myself in that I somewhat need a part of a shadow
Sorry, Swan.
swan.
What?
why.
Part
For
of
what
my... It's difficult to explain, it would take far too long here.
Shorthand it.
TLDR it.
Ritual to correct something gravely wrong.
Are you about to... I'm not
And you
gonna say
raise this now.
Well, if we come across one and slay it, then yes, we will get you apart. But I think that.
And
must
how
take
there's a
back
single
seat.
path down, it's very likely that we are going to come across it, and I think it would be far easier.
We have been successfully avoiding them this entire time. We have not fought any of these things yet.
And you'd rather fight
Long may that
one
continue,
as opposed to
in my
multiple.
opinion.
I want to continue avoiding them.
Likewise.
If the choice is keep avoiding them or fulfill this quest that you have
Once
and risk
they're on
the lives of all these Aasimar and ourselves.
How far away
Once-
was that watchtower that we saw the Aasimar turn in?
An hour or two, wasn't it?
It'll be from the top of the fortress. It was.
It's on the way down, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's on the way down. It's only,
Yeah,
only
yeah,
like
but
15
how-
or so minutes, 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, you lot stay here. Icarus, come with me. We'll see if it's still there.
No,
Dear
No.
Lord, no,
No.
no.
no,
We're not going to interact with it.
If
no,
We-
we don't split up.
I'm not keen on
not
the
at,
small
th-
numbers.
not at this stage. If
Jesus
once
fucking Christ. Heaven
once-
forbid I kill two birds with one stone. Fine.
If
Who?
we happen across one and we slay it, then you are free to scavenge what's required. If once we have returned the Aasimar to the boat, you wish and desire such that we would go find one, then given
Have
the
fun,
groups,
but I'm staying on the boat.
it would be up to the rest of the party to join you. But
While we
the
travel to the
Aasimar-
boat, why don't you try and explain what's going on?
Yes, we have some hours, so
I mean, we've only been here for 4 days, not including the week we had off for a bachelor party. So, feel free to. Why have you?
burying the lead, I believe, is the term one would use.
Or hoping that one might turn up, but also one might not turn up as we went along. Unfortunately, we're now at a part where we're departing.
Well,
So-
the good news for your quest is I fully intend on coming back here once we know how to close that rift. So, you may still have a chance to fulfill this need that you have.
Oh,
But I would definitely like to know more about it.
Derek, you remind me. I grab a piece of fallen masonry from the castle gatehouse and put it in the bag.
Yep. Easy enough to do.
You need part of a sorrow sword.
Just the eye.
Oh, just, he
Oh,
says.
so-
Just.
Something specific.
So something specific, not just any part, right? I'm very interested in hearing what on earth this is about. This will make a good fireside entertainment once we're back somewhere where one can have a fire.
Yes. Shall I just get it over with now, or do you want to actually get on walking?
Well, we're
not
here waiting
mutually
for we're
exclusive.
waiting for the Aasimar to get themselves ready.
Yes.
Do you have any other pressing, urgent engagement you have to achieve?
No, just that.
Good.
Plucking the spleen from a demon, perhaps? Is that next on your list?
Oh, sorry, hang
No,
on,
not
I've just
quite yet.
remembered. I need to go to the very northwest tip of the island, the complete opposite side, to go and do a thing.
Goodbye.
Who are the
No.
weakest link?
He's actually got a
Don't
list.
need
He's
those
got a
yet.
list.
Uh-huh.
The other things are easier in sense. One of those venom sacks that I got earlier.
Oh, that nearly
Uh,
killed you in the woods. Okay.
Yeah, that
yes.
one.
Hilarious.
You're
We'd also
making with this.
need to travel back to the hometown of our paladin because I need part of the blood of a corrupted creature. It's all to do with the ley lines.
No.
Yes, unfortunately we have to. Go
And
back
where
there
were
at
you
some
planning
point.
on getting this blood from?
The pink mist.
Well, that'd
That's
be
a relief.
fun.
I thought the corrupt creature was going to be Eldran's son. That would have been
That's
difficult.
Talking
worryingly
about,
where my mind went as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's every chance of that, but we're not getting into that now.
Yes,
my
Sam,
head.
that's not working.
I know.
I think that would be advisable.
I'm sorry,
Why
Sam.
couldn't it
Why are
just
you
be one
pointing
of
at your current groin? What's happening there?
He's trying to
It
show
is
the
a book.
picture. He's trying to show the picture of the weird creature in
Yeah, you
Maya.
met
Oh,
Jeff.
ugh.
What thing I
But
drew.
Jeff!
But it won't render.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not a face, Sam.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
quite clearly not a face. That's not the point. And what you're trying to undo is this. You have to go and perform a ritual in the ley line rift.
No, it's not nowhere near there. It's well away from that. God, if I had anything to do with that, I don't think I'd be here right now.
I thought you were about to be like, yeah, it's just in the Shadowfell, it's fine.
It's not in this nightmarish place either. It's much less than all of these.
It's in the abyss.
I don't know what horrible places you guys are conjuring up, but it's a forest not far away from where I used to live. Or used to live, in fact.
And what is
And-
it that you're trying to undo with all these various oddities?
Dear gods, I hate magic.
Are you also confident that these ingredients will perform the actions that you require?
Been researching it enough that it attracted the attention of the purple helix.
Okay.
Oh, look at Derek.
Where?
Well, if,
Borrow a
Oh,
book
that
on
was
ley
news
lines
to
from you, did I not?
is it just a part of the Saurus Sworn that you need from this island?
Yes.
Well, if I see no harm in doing that, I guess. Because we're not likely to be back here anytime soon.
Yes, I
Our
can't see us
objective
being sent here
For the
soon.
rest of the day, is to get the Aasimar safely to the ship.
And we have to go down the path where we saw one of them. If it's still there, then we use that one.
If it's still there, fine. If not,
If it's still there, it still has an eye, by all means.
Yes.
And fate is being nice to us. In a
And
weird
if
way.
somehow we walk into one and it catches us by surprise and we have to engage it, then we use that instead.
but otherwise,
Then
I
we mourn
understand.
Icarus and we carry on towards the boat.
I have no intention of getting us killed as part of this.
Fira says,
No one ever
"Oh,
does.
That's good to know.
Yes, it is.
You remember a few days ago, Shade wasn't intending to kill himself when he tried to dive onto that troll. But
Do you know what
things happen.
happened? He died.
It wasn't fun enough.
Nah, man, it was fate to die.
Or not.
Clearly not. You're still here.
It was fate to survive and come back from it.
It's fate to use our only scroll at the time.
Aegis does say probably don't want to take masonry from the fortress because you know it is magically defended from incursion. It might be protected against teleportation in some manner.
Can't hurt to find out. And I plan on taking some things from elsewhere as well.
That's just input from Jordan.
I mean,
Let me know. Let me know when Jordan catches up with this bit of the conversation. Has to put on this bit because I want to know what Aegis has to say about this Brack quest.
I mean, he's heard that. He hasn't said anything. He does say personally he thinks it could very much hurt to find out.
It won't be me doing it. It'll be the purple helix. It's fine.
So you have a very strong connection with ley lines, then?
Yes.
Are you sure that was nothing to do with you?
Haven't we kind of...
I'd like to... Sorry, Sam.
No, because didn't we find out about this when we met Eldoran's son? Because they were similar.
Yeah.
So we already kind of know that there's a connection between them both.
Yeah, but we didn't know that he was wanting to perform a ritual on the ley lines to fix something that he broke. This is new information.
This is definitely new information. I restate my question. Are you sure this was nothing to do with you?
Yes. The thing I did was very localized.
The thing you did was very localized. You just said that.
Eldoran, don't
it's
forget.
not here.
Eldoran, don't forget.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask for
11.
Well, cool. Icarus, you can make your choice of persuasion, deception, or charisma save, whichever you think is most appropriate for this current moment in time.
You're not classed as an ally.
Ooh.
Shit just got real, yo.
Until you've made the save.
I got that.
Is that a 20?
No.
That's a 14. It's very close.
It's fine.
Which brings that up to an 18.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's you're not sure, Eldoran, if he's being legit or not.
It could be higher if I chose another thing, but whatever. That'll be.
We'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. I would like to learn more about what it... Well, the last time someone screwed with the ley lines, it did pretty much just kill everything. Huh?
Yes, I can confirm.
Out to you.
Sorry, what was that?
Do I look inside out to you? I'm not spewing tentacles.
Yet.
Also, I mean, technically they're not dead.
Is it truly life?
Is this why you blow bubbles?
And grow beards of feathers.
Is it related to this?
Oh, no.
Okay, inside check that.
Just sorcerer things, jeez.
Just sorcerer things.
Sorcerer things. 22.
Make your choice of roll, Icarus.
I don't really think there's a roll to make.
If you don't think you're lying and you don't think you're persuading, then make a charisma save.
16.
That was so funny to watch. You just see a dice go up in the air and it just disappears.
Derek, you got
just appeared in your hand.
Yeah.
22. His powers are not connected to the ley line.
Okay.
Well, I'm up for helping you get this piece.
Thank you.
I know others don't seem to agree, but... it's
Oh, I'll
dangerous.
happily lop its head off for you. I don't like the idea of going out of our way to find one, especially when we're, carting so much baggage.
But yeah, as I said, I don't
priorities.
intend to get all of us killed, and it's more the case of if there's one there. If we don't find one and we end up leaving the island, I'm sure there will be reason that will be sent back. After all, they found reason to send us here in the first place.
Ugh,
Well,
I
if
hope
nothing
not.
else, and I just gesture to the giant ball of death in the
Yes,
sky.
that's a you problem.
Yeah. Which, as you gesture towards the thing and you all look up,
Oh, fuck.
Saves.
Eldran, what have you done?
no,
I don't know, something.
Alderan didn't do anything. It's just unfortunate timing. You all feel a sudden wave of nausea including you, Parr. Everyone else, you feel it more intently, dependent on how much magic you have available to yourself. And you watch as even like the Aasimar have been filing out at this point. All of them seem to sort of stagger and lean against things, including any of them that are inside the gatehouse. And Fira has to sort of lean against the wall and breathe in. And as you look up at the rift, it pulses and gets slightly larger.
Oh, was that what you felt earlier? Oh, that was nasty.
Time
you
to
felt
go.
I did that time. Oh.
I think we couldn't have picked a better time to leave this place.
Yeah, let's get the out of here.
Perhaps we should be more polite to him.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, the temptation to yell "fuck off" in Dwarfish at that rift right now.
We've done that anytime in the last 300 years. He chooses now.
Well, yeah,
How many more
aggravated
Aasimar are
him.
we still waiting on?
They all finish filing out.
I'm wondering how much time I have.
What do you want to do?
Cast a spell.
You
It
cast
takes
a spell?
time. It takes 10 minutes.
I mean, you can sit and cast a spell for 10 minutes.
Cool. I cast Find Steed.
Cool. What do you summon?
A warhorse.
Cool.
I think, and I will, whichever Aasimar look most in need of not being on their own feet, will be offered a seat upon my steed.
Didn't we pass through the gatehouse to get back in here?
We didn't go inside. We're on the outside of the
Yeah,
gates.
you guys have just stayed on the outside.
Okay.
Yes. None of them take it right now. They're all walking. But Fira notices it and sort of you see her discuss with Inray and Ura, and they should be making a short list of people who they might order to get on a horse rather than walk. As you guys are preparing to start heading down, you see in front of you a sudden flash of purple energy.
Oh no.
And a scattering of raven feathers. And Valrona reappears, stepping out of some sort of gate to another plane. And
Who's she again? Why do I?
She's
he
one of the shadow
He was one of your guides.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Nice one, right?
yeah, he was a nice one.
The dude. Yeah. Cool.
And he looks over at you, and he always seemed very calm before. There is a look of panic on his face.
Oh shit.
And he marches, he heads over, but off to the side, away from where the other Aasimar are. And as he saying as he does, I would like to talk to you quickly, please.
What, all of us? Or just
Yes.
Shade?
All of you.
Okay.
Sidebar.
Fira, you as well, please. I think it would be of interest for you.
Before I leave, I say to my warhorse, keep an eye on them and let me know if there's anything up.
Nay, bitch.
Get out the way.
So Verona gathers you round, and he says, "Sir, I assume you have seen that it is larger."
Yep.
Our crystals have all failed.
All?
All?
All of them. They have all been destroyed. We have other ways of sealing it, but it is a more permanent seal. It is not something we wish to do. We do not wish the Shadowfell to spread further into the material plane. We are going to place a ward around the island that will prevent the spread of the Shadowfell, though it will not contain the rift. But no one will be able to easily enter or leave.
I mean, we already can't. There's whopping great big magical storms out there we had to sail through.
No.
How would we get back here?
You'll need
How
to
would we
find
get through the ward?
You'll need to find a way to send a message to me, and I will do what I can to allow it through. My understanding of this rift is... I would have to find some more information. I do not know all that there is to know. But it would fail should anyone... No one from the inside can make their way out. It is set up to prevent such an exit. But entry can be forced, but making your way in can cause the entire thing to collapse. Should the entire thing collapse, anything that has been held inside will be... As opposed to the slow build-up that we've been having, the slow release of things, should it be blocked for, say, 6 months, and then the barrier follows, all 6 months' worth of energy would flood out in one instance. It would affect a very large area of land. It's not something we wanted to do. We wish to contain it with the protections we already placed, but they have failed.
Is there something that you can put up to deter others from getting through the barrier? Even if they get through the storm?
We are going to make a more permanent guard here. We are going to be watching the defenses and the exterior far more closely.
I don't think you have to worry about people leaving, because they don't seem to leave. It's more adventurers coming in if they make it.
Well, there are not many. You are the first in a long time.
Do you mean we can't take the Aasimar with us?
You can take the Aasimar. Anyone who leaves now can leave now.
Good.
If you leave, you are leaving shortly. It's going to take us a few days to create the barrier, but those who leave now are the only ones that you are going to be able to take off until either the barrier is destroyed, or the rift and the wound is healed.
Does anyone have access to the message or sending spell?
You guys have a sending scroll.
No, we used it.
I can cast message, but it's not very a great range on it.
No, you need
I
sending
think
for this.
sending. Yeah.
I didn't think you
no,
had...
do still have one.
Yeah, no, you haven't
thought
used the
you
sending
used it.
scroll. You've never used the sending scroll.
Maybe we attempt to get your magically experimentalist to come and do her mass teleportation from here, from Bleakwick, with as many as she is able, and return them to, well, Joffrey for safety. If we
That's
are
an
unable to return.
That's an interesting question you bring up. Would teleportation be stopped by this ward that you put up?
Yes, it will be.
Okay. It's worth asking. It's not a bad shout, but it depends if Alar wants to expend those resources to do so. We know what she's like.
You would know better than I.
I'm not sure she can take that many people with it. It's still... I don't know.
It's unreliable. It's experimental.
The point is not to transport mass numbers. The point is to teleport in a different way. Rather than sending things, you bring things to you.
Well, it was just a thought.
I think we might be better off using the sending scroll to send a word to the village.
What, to Bleakwick?
Yeah, and let them know that they have to get all their stuff together and leave. Any of them who want to leave have to get ready to leave now.
We have
Can
no
the boat
capacity
take
to
everyone?
them.
You didn't. Haven't we already asked them once or not if they ever tried to leave or wanted to leave? I can't remember.
No. I think
They've never tried to leave. They know of people who tried and they never saw again.
Yeah,
and then you
okay.
guys said no one's ever heard of everyone coming through the other side, so they've assumed no one ever made it. And they had no interest in leaving. The boat...
So they might just decline it.
Yeah, the boat with you guys and the Aasimar is essentially full, and the crew of the ship. There isn't that much space left on it.
Yeah.
So some sort of inflatable hanging from the back.
Give him a few doors to rest on.
Yeah.
What is this? The Titanic?
Hey man, you can fit 2 people on a door, it's fine.
No, you can't. One of you needs to freeze to death.
I will go and start organising the Aasimar.
I was not expecting to see you order so soon, but I thought you would want to know. I do. As far as I'm aware,
do you know what caused the wards to fail?
We do not know. No.
Was it? I think it was an attack.
Quite possibly.
And I'm going to tell Val about our trip up the mountain and the communication that we had with the evil ginger dwarf.
Cool. Yeah, because you could replicate his voice. You have definitely heard it enough now.
Yep.
Val curses in Elvish.
Oh.
Says yes. That would be the one who did all this.
Still, you got a name for me?
No, the name is not there.
Can we have a token or something from you so we are able to more accurately communicate with you?
Like your ring?
From what I know of magic, there are spells that do not need a token to contact me directly. What I have on me is what I have been given. It is a gift that I would not see parted.
Well, then I hope we gain access to some of that magic. I must say, divination is not my forte.
I have things that I must do. I have preparations to make myself. As far as I'm aware, you have, I think, five days, although it is hard to track time here. But it is about that amount of time before the barrier is placed.
Will you be keeping an eye on the settlements of this island?
Not particularly. They are going to be sealed within the barrier, and we are going to be on the exterior.
That's a quick question to him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Val's still Val. Have you ever heard of Fate Blessed before? Because he's Shadowfell.
Yep. He turns to look at you.
Yes.
And he says, yes, I have heard the term Fate Blessed before. It is a single individual that the Raven Queen has chosen as her mortal representative.
Interesting.
I would assume that that would mean that you met Pixelin, because you would not have encountered the place before.
I have met her before she went up in flames and disappeared in front of me.
Yes, she was returned to the Raven Queen.
Send her.
She is
Not
with the
posted.
mistress. She is with the mistress's by the mistress's side in the Fortress of Memories.
Do you remain Fate Blessed?
She She remains a fateless. She was not the first, she will not be the last. But it is a title given to a living mortal.
Is it a single living mortal at any one time?
It is. It is someone that the Raven Queen has taken an interest in. It's just someone who is not necessarily bound by fate as it is normally. They have the ability to twist their own strand and the strands of those around them.
Hot.
Threads, right. Wow. I've got a lot of research to do. As in Erebus.
Yeah. Right. I must return. I was told not to come here, but I thought you would wish to be off the island before you were sealed in. So I took it upon myself to tell you. I still wish to see you at some point again for a ritual for the passing of the king, as was promised Elder, but I do not know now when that will occur. But I fear it may need to be sealed first.
It may be some time, but assuming we can find a way to solve the problem that ills this land, and we are able once again to return, then you have my word, we will conduct such a ceremony.
I appreciate it. Erebus, I hope Blackout serves you well, and I hope the gifts that the rest of you have been given provide you with useful purpose. And I hope we meet with better news in the future. Now, I must return to my compatriots and start preparing for the barrier. I hope you get off the island in time.
May the
Thank you,
streams lead
anyways.
to a calm pool.
So he turns and steps back, and he doesn't cast a spell, but you do watch as just in front of him this portal opens, again with this flash of purple and this flurry of raven feathers. And as you are closer this time looking through, you can see you are looking again onto a landscape that is very similar to, or almost identical to what you're currently looking at. He has opened up a portal to the Shadowfell, and he steps through, and it closes behind him.
Do I know what spell that was that he was using?
You can make an Arcana check to try and identify it.
Oh. 24.
Oh, yeah, you will. Yeah, it's he's using it as plane shift.
Okay. Cool.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Do we inform the residents of Bleakwick that they are being semi-indefinitely sealed upon this island of glue?
Yes.
Do we do it now or on the boat?
If we're not using the sending scroll, then how long would it take to get there and make our way to the boat?
Well, we've got to go through there, haven't we?
If I remember correctly, it took you it took you 2 days.
Yeah, it took 2 days, just us, not. But how long? We don't know how long it's going to take. We're shepherding the invalids.
Yep.
They probably move slower.
But we do have to go past Bleakwick to get back to the boat, don't we?
If I recall correctly, we can skip it because
Yeah, you
like,
could skip
boat
it.
is here, mountain was north, and then Bleakwick was a bit south, so we can actually just skip it entirely. which would cut out like a day's worth of travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, the route you took before is because you took the route you took because you had no direct path except for following the blip that Erebus had. But you could take a more direct path back to the boat and shorten the journey.
We actually know where we're going now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially, you could walk the diagonals. Previously, you walked all of the straight lines, just like straight line pathing.
Dog-legged it, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the requirements and the definition of the sending spell? D&D Beyond doesn't want to tell me what it is.
Has to be a creature that you know.
And word limit?
25.
25 words, okay. And it's a... Well, then, do we wish to inform them via sending? If we wish to avoid the time expense of travelling to the town itself?
I mean, we can't fit them on the boat, so I don't know what they're gonna do.
Mm.
But
Well, yes, with the knowledge that they're being sealed in, they may be able to craft a boat and find some communication with the Shadow Kai in order to gain their own exit from this
Don't
bubble.
think that a boat beyond the one that we have is capable enough.
And yeah, they're not going to have enough time to assemble that.
It's
I'm
much
not
more the
suggesting
case
they make
that
it in 5 days. I'm suggesting that
But they can entreat the Raven Queen. She can accommodate them in some way, more than
yes.
perhaps, or she may just leave them to their fate. But if we don't,
even
if I had no way out, I would want to be informed.
I wouldn't.
That's why I
Yes, I
think we
wouldn't
should
want
tell
to.
them.
Yes, I wouldn't want to suddenly die and not know why. So I get the scroll out of the bag, and I'm going to point it in the direction of one of the two spellcasters.
Well, I mean Icarus because he's here.
Yeah.
Have we thought about what's being said first?
You've got 5 days. Run, bitches.
I
But
think it
just
might be
padded
more-
and nice.
They can construct a building similar to the chapel that they have, or buildings. That gives them some. Does that give them any protection at all?
I imagine things are going to get worse because it's going to be sort of more Shadowfell-y.
Yes.
That's the problem. They have to either.
crystals
They
have
need
failed.
they need to be guarded by the Shadowkai, or they need to be warded by the Raven Queen. There's no, or I don't know what they can do in 5 days to.
Protections
to
have
know
failed.
The crystals have failed. The Shadow Kai are locking the island from all exit and entry.
God, we're giving out a presidential alert. Christ.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but we also have to say, please don't nick our boat.
They don't know the boat's there. Not in this conversation.
Petition thy deity for what protection they may offer.
Aegis does say if we tell them about the boat, they might try and seize our boat.
Well, we don't have to do it today. We can always wait until we're nearer the boat. If you're worried about riotous panic.
We could, if we're being selfish, we could be on the boat and send it then.
No,
Literally
we need to
minutes before impact.
give them as much time as they can to make themselves safe.
Okay. Think about it on the journey.
Let's think about it for the rest of the day. When we make camp tonight, then we can finalize it and send the message. How about that?
Yes. I think that gives us a good time frame.
Also, just because it matters, so sending a third level spell is on the Bard, Cleric, Wizard spell lists. So I think anyone who attempts to cast it is going to have to make a check to actually successfully cast the spell.
Does our wizard not have third level spell slot?
Don't
You
have
don't
a
have a
wizard.
wizard. You've got 2
We have
sorcerers.
sorcerers.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm just so used to Jordan playing wizard. It's just
So
like
the two-
default.
So the DC will be the same if the sorcerers or if Derek attempts it, because for the sorcerers they have 3rd level spells, even if it's not on their spell list, and for Derek it's a bard
Don't have
spell.
third level spells.
Yeah, but it is a bard spell, so you it's the same DC. It'll be a DC 13. DC 13 check. Charisma check.
What kind
for,
of check?
It will be a charisma check for all of you, because you're all charisma based casters.
And if we want to meta this somewhat, I'm +4 in charisma. I don't know if anyone else is higher.
No, I'm the same.
Aegis is +5.
That settles that.
Yep. So, okay. Aegis, if you need to do it. Aegis.
Well volunteered, point is.
Okay.
Oh, look at Aegis vigorously nodding his head. Aegis has agreed to this. Right. It's
Parr's
canon
back.
now. It's canon.
Motion
the
passed.
The Aasimar have been sorted out. Where are
Parr,
you?
why arrange them by height? What are you thinking?
That's just coincidence. Look, this
Maybe
is
this is
fate. They're height order, all right?
is this a dwarven thing, a height thing? Is this why you did? No,
Maybe this is just how they're taught to queue in Aasimar school.
I'm sure I get priority queuing.
For being the shortest.
This is that's the
No, that's Derek.
Thank you.
Alright,
so
you
there's-
two at the front then.
Excluding Ulra, Inray, and Fira, there are 24 Aasimar.
Wonderful.
So how are you guys sort of putting yourself out amongst the group?
Well, there's 6 of us, so 4 each, right?
Okay,
Mhm.
cool. And Fira, Inray, and Ulra will be
In the
around,
middle.
around as they can be. Cool. In formation, you begin making your way. I assume making your way down the mountainside.
Yeah.
Considering what you're going to do to let the town know.
Coming round the mountain when they come.
With that, we will kill the end of today's session. We head down the mountainside and we work out next week what is happening on. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit the notification bell on YouTube so you get a notification whenever we post a video. Head over to our Patreon where you can support us, help us to create more content for you, and get some Patreon exclusive content. And to head over to our Twitch channel to watch our live streams there, where you can watch things like this live on Friday nights. Hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, good night.
Cat.